Wait, was it the bonfire? Oh, I thought it was the other.
No, this bonfire. The
God
one.
damn it.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, the Scorn
Still
one.
works. Yeah, I can make it work.
Okay. I was wondering if if that was even a dream then. Thank you, Jordana. Oh, God. He's probably gonna be pissed at me. Morning.
Storms, is it morning already?
Yeah, appears so.
Oh, I feel as though we haven't slept a wink.
I mean, that's probably somewhat accurate. Sorry about that, I was not expecting that at all.
I don't suppose you remember why you...
Oh, I know
exactly.
I know exactly why I was over there. That was for Jordana wanted to talk to me. I didn't call for her, she pulled me there.
I see.
Yeah. Related to that, at some point today, I don't know when, but she did ask me to do something for her, and I have... She doesn't want an audience for it, but I also want to make sure in case others show up, and by others I mean, you know, up there. You mind at least being in the area to let people know if there's a problem?
Oh, what is it? Where is it?
I don't know, just somewhere private, but I told her about that one mass meeting they had about stuff, and it included things like that one orb that disguises itself. She wants to try to cleanse it because it may be something that can be, simply because it's able to turn gold, which means it might have been a spirit from her side of things, not the Abyss. And that's a favor that is currently owed to me that they haven't paid yet, so they want to take advantage of the fact that it would show up if I called for it.
When do you intend on seeing this through?
I'm not sure. I don't know if anything will happen, and I want to try to prioritize making sure that we don't have any further diplomatic freakouts before we have the talk with General Bronson and the Archbishop. So, at the very least, I'd like to try to get that done first, and then I can worry about that. That and a multitude of other things that she said. One of which being, she really wants whoever's been causing all these, like, forced replies and interactions with, you know, the Celestines that are fighting right now, to calm down with it, because it's starting to almost harm more than it's helping their efforts, and we might be one or two more incidents away from Ordo marching on us, if that keeps happening. Like, not those Ordo guys. All of them. So,
I got no problem with forcing people to.
I don't know.
Getting into trouble.
I don't know who's really been doing that. I have thoughts, but she said that they need to stop before they react with much more force than they already have.
Very well.
I might actually try asking Tara about it, because they were the ones who were involved last time. I'm guessing Winters is still in the tent after picking her up.
Morning. I'd imagine so, given last night's events.
Good.
Well, once we've had that talk, let me know when you intend to do the thing if you wish.
Yeah.
The other cave would probably be there.
That was honestly
Good
what I was
location.
thinking. It would probably be out of the way enough that it would prevent people from just wandering in on it, because I don't know how she intends to do what she wants to do.
Well, also I can stand guard far enough away to not interfere.
Yeah.
Leaves getting in your hair, I hear.
Horn. It's annoying.
Alright. I need to see just something back in the tent and then I'll be ready to head out.
I'm gonna go see. I imagine Tara's probably still in the cave. I'm gonna try to see if I can find Solace to just pass the message along.
I'll let you know if I learn of any others.
Thank you.
Wandered at night with the horns and followed and tired. I don't remember the end.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, that is.
I'm guessing Solace is busy. Just quick question. I heard about whatever got people upset in the town last night, or at least the Archbishop. Were you involved in that at all? Because if so,
I was there.
Anything going on? I was Celinda.
I need to
I
pass
have a
something
meeting
along
I
to
gotta
you
get to,
from
with town guard,
my night.
leading them to the corpses this morning.
Okay.
just here's a little loud.
Sure.
You like Ignis and a couple of...
Oh, hi. I went to.
So, I don't know why they decided to do that. I didn't pray or anything, but last night I got pulled into a dream by myself with Drudona. And among the things that she said, she wanted to give a warning that the Celestines are currently fighting to try to protect Gaia and Qualm. If we keep continuing to try to force answers of them, that it might start doing more harm than good, or not improving their situation, as well as the fact that we might be one or maybe two at best more incidents away from Ordo marching on us if we're seen to keep interfering.
Okay.
And I'm not even talking about them, I'm imagining she means all of Ordo. She's not upset with for trying to do that, but she's worried that if we keep doing things the way we are, that we might invite a lot more trouble onto us.
Right. Okay, it's good to know.
By any chance, do you know anyone who's had dreams where she physically appeared before? Recently?
Udridana?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I can't say anything about Udridana. Last night, I was in a dream with Valkyrie. And that's really about that.
I see. Well, I don't know. I'm assuming you weren't directly the one that managed to make it possible. I'm not fully sure who is or isn't involved in all of it, but if you do, try to pass it along, or at least have them talk to me. I'm willing to share what she talked about with me.
I'll do that.
Because, for whatever reason, she thought I was the one that she needed to tell this to instead of, well, someone safer, I guess.
Right. Okay, yeah, I'll pass it along.
Thanks.
No problem.
I don't think she's doing
Oh boy.
that, like, purple
I
going
doubt
up
it,
her body.
with everything that's
like,
happening.
It's like going up the back of her neck now at this point. She practically looks like me. I don't know if that... I don't remember people saying that last time they talked about anything, but... It's not going good up there. Or wherever it is. That was all. Just pass the message along to people if you know who needs to know.
Will do.
Yeah, feeling.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, did you like...
Yourself, Astrea.
It's like
Found who I
Is
needed.
it like able to eat like whole insects, or do you go like chew it up and spit into its mouth?
If we
Do you...
well, stop at the
Is it
ship.
getting
it fruit and nuts,
Fruit nuts, and it's able to eat that?
and we've been mixing it in water the first few days.
You intended on being at this conversation with the general about the shield.
Neat.
If you require me so, I will attend,
I was
but
thinking about
if
that,
I am
it's
not
like-
needed, then
don't
I will
see you
go
guys
and do
able
other
to chew
things.
food and then spit into a bird's
anything
mouth.
that works best for the team.
Very well then.
Maybe
Might I suggest or request that the two of you spend some time today looking into those reports of locals and their sleeping and see if we can
which is a mystery.
Alright.
find some
Yeah, I don't know.
cause or
Back we came.
whatever for the events of last night.
You think they're
Might
related to what
especially be worth-
affected her?
Got a
Perhaps
collector?
it's
I don't
worth
know.
a shot if we've got the time to do it.
I don't know what else to do with the rest of that information.
Possibly look into
That's why I
seeing if
can't
they
tell.
got given
Maybe they've
anything
got cloacas. Females
convenient
probably also have cloacas,
that
but it's
is a
not good.
commonality, because it seems like all this weird stuff started happening after she was given that.
Blood.
I was going to suggest perhaps it's worth asking the merchant or whichever one it was
It's
that you
very
got
colourful
the
if it was,
trinket
like-
from, the little hair
They
pin.
would indicate that it is a male in some birds.
You
like
realize she
peacocks.
bought that, right?
No, it was given to her for
Birds
free.
can use their colours to
They
attract
said
the
that
mates.
it looked like it was something that
Yeah.
she would enjoy.
It's not bothering you.
She
I
bought
guess
other
I'll go
things.
around
That was a gift.
And
We'll see if
ask
they lay an egg, that'll be
the
hard.
dealers about this. What was it again? What did she exactly get gifted?
Some hair clip.
That hair clip that was
clip.
told to help with her dreams.
Alright, we'll ask around, hopefully get some answers. And I assume you two will be going out and doing the...
We'll be having
Talking?
the talk with the general and the archbishop and
That's
who
good.
knows how many of-
If I'm needed, just come grab me. I will come right away.
I will.
But I also intend to keep Winters in sight today if she wakes up anytime soon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Back on
So
Winter's
if you
duty
see
yet
her
again.
out and about, send her to come find me.
I mean, after last
Alright.
night, I'm pretty sure that's just a everybody duty at this point. Unless she wanders off again.
Alright. Guess we can
If
start
she
our morning.
becomes too much, I'll just knock her out.
Fair enough.
Try not to
Not
hurt
so
her too much.
much with.
Have
Other
we
than that-
spoken with the other members of our institute about if anyone else slept walk?
No, it might be worthwhile to see, but supposedly Ivy spent the rest of the night up and didn't see anyone else depart, to my belief.
Yeah.
Alright.
If they left
Maybe
the
I'll-
cave, none of them passed this way.
I was gonna say, and I know
Alright.
why I ended up where I was. Funny dream, Drudana did it. Not sure fully
Okay,
why they
that's good to
decided
know.
to. It's then again, she did
It
promise.
seems
more
that talk might be happening now. Oh, God.
Right
wait,
now?
Wait,
All
is
right,
it-
good luck.
Wait, are they? Oh, earring thing. Tell you. Fuck.
Alright, I hear. I guess it's our duty.
I was hoping I could be a bit more awake for this, but I guess this will do. At least I feel better, at least physically.
The Chancellor wants all Aether technicians if you could run back into the cave and fetch any other stragglers that remain.
Got it.
Teammates or anyone else possibly sleepwalking?
These two.
Grease.
It's jerky eggs.
Or just turkey? I don't know.
Jerky
eggs.
Jerky eggs.
Are any of the other Aether techs still here in the cave? They're all needed for probably a talk with the general and archbishop.
Not that
I
know
guess
of.
mostly is Jackson
I think-
here, or did like Tara?
Jackson
No.
just left.
Okay,
Tara just left a few minutes ago.
got it.
I put some jerky and an egg on, two jerky and an egg on the side.
Not seeing anybody. Just assume. Jackson around, or did he already get the message that Aether techs are all needed for?
I haven't seen
Talk.
him this morning. He's probably in the ship, honestly, doing shit. He
I would
usually does.
imagine.
So, honestly,
I
if-
gave him
if
something to eat and then he ran off.
Okay, well,
Yeah. He
hope-
probably
I'll
knows.
check with him then or check there. Thank you.
Has she interacted with Verena?
By Ivy.
Not that I'm aware of. Not that.
Where is he? Is he still this way? Where'd he go?
Hi, Malik.
Oh, there he is. I'm gonna assume he already went towards town. Maybe. No? Where the fuck did he go? He didn't wait for me! I'll go back with Malik. He's probably gonna be there. I'll just go towards a ship then, I guess. Hello. Oh, that's how it's all sorting out. But how the frick do I get in there now? Do I go in for the door? Is that even open? I'm going to assume as such. Oh.
Hey, you can just go through that gate.
Oh, okay. I was like, is that door actually open to us? Thank you.
Are you taking on alright?
Okay.
There you are. Sorry. I didn't find anyone else. I was actually mostly looking for him, but turns out he's already over here. So, fuck me. Am I right?
So please, stay
When it comes to anybody else,
No
just
problem.
you two and
I'm
Jackson
just
himself, or anybody else?
I was gonna say
Seems that way currently.
Luca might be.
So,
I mean,
that's
he
fine.
is an Aether
I was gonna go
technician.
look at things.
Winter isn't up
I
and
don't know the full
awake.
scope of the damages, per se.
Same for Philia. Didn't see them.
As long as you show up in time.
Yeah, I think for the most
is it
part.
happening just now? Like now?
Yeah, we got.
I
They
am not
called
sure.
for
I believe-
all Aether
Oh.
techs that are available on for this. So Congratulations, you get to join the talk.
I haven't diagnosed the state of the shield inside the ship.
Well,
like interior. I don't think any of us have. I haven't heard anybody say so.
we've kind of taken a bit of a look at it, and I mean, the room was mostly sheltered from the crash because it's like at the back of the ship, and like the equipment looks.
When it comes to turning the thing on,
well,
I mean, Monty knows.
I mean,
Monty
we
isn't looking
we
either.
didn't really turn. I mean, we can't really turn it on the ship anyways, just because we don't have the manpower to really do
I'm
that.
just putting it out as like this thing could be broken, but because of the impact. But
if it
we don't
is,
know for sure yet.
If it is, we can.
My recommendation is not. That is the thing. My recommendation is not immediately telling my father the possibility of this thing already being broken, because if that's the case, he's going to be very much more concerned about the stableness of everything.
We can do a maintenance check as part of the process of moving it.
Of course.
And quite honestly,
But
if
he already
anything,
knows about it, right?
I'm pretty sure that
Take
has
your time
been
with
a
everything
thing
when it
that
comes-
has been mentioned in some passing. Yes.
Well, you haven't been killed yet.
I'm just curious in the regards of
Despite somebody's best efforts last
we
night.
don't know if it does or won't. Okay, I'll just be ignored. That's fine.
Sorry.
There you go. Those guys had fish. I just.
Some of the time, bring it into the house and with me once we're
Fish.
done. I'm currently setting up and making sure. All right.
He's
Hey.
You're
looking at the.
How are you doing?
Yes.
I'm leaving a conversation to you. Feel free to take the time.
I'm
Once you're
glad.
ready, come to Alston. I'll get my father.
At home and.
Until then, I want to bring everybody else with Lumen in for the tithe for the sake of the fish that we've got.
Moving it in.
Again, sorry that I could not assist during the time.
I'll be right back.
Got it.
No, I'm carrying two pretty heavy.
What'd you say? Oh wait, is that the?
Probably join them.
Oh, that's the.
Yeah, I saw it too.
What conversation with the guards?
We should probably have,
with his
hopefully
father.
someone's with Rin.
Figure out their conversation.
No, not that one.
Rin's conversation with the guards?
Yeah, she has to talk to them about bodies she found in the
I
snow.
was like, where? Hi. I was like, where did you go?
I was postulating that if we lie to Mr. His Elegance about the fact that this thing works, whether or not that's true, that could also put us in hot water.
I think the point of saying is that we don't need to make speculation about whether or not it is, other than that that once it is set up, we will do our due diligence to make sure that it is functional. And because moving it is an endeavor, and we'll have to take the time to ensure that everything was moved properly. That's just natural maintenance processes.
Really?
Are we meeting somewhere? Is
give it to him and
is this the Congo line?
What goes on with the thing?
More or less.
Get us up on the ship.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know if I agree with that.
What else would you suggest? It's not like we can postpone it right now. We're kind of a bit on a... Ideally, we really would want to get this done yesterday. Or before that.
What if it's,
Good morning.
Morning.
Right. So what's going on right now? Are we
Morning,
gathering
Captain.
up, or are you checking the?
Well, yeah, it's in here, so we're just going to it. I suppose.
I mean, I was going to say, the thing is, do we
Are
really
we
want to
doing it
bring
on the
them?
ship?
Do we really want to bring them all
No,
down
I just
there?
wish to discuss it here before we.
Yeah. I was going to say.
Okay.
I want us to be on the same page before we approach this conversation and start interfering with one another's intentions.
Yes.
I feel like Murtash should be here too. It was mostly some of his idea.
I mean, Murtash isn't
What?
an Avertex. So
How about the
It's fine.
professor?
That's true.
Owl.
Actually,
person.
where
I wasn't
is
really thinking
he?
that far.
Does anyone
This
know
is a
where he?
good question.
Murtash?
I'll check.
No,
I'll check
I
below.
don't. I'm wondering.
I'll check below deck and see if he's down there.
Sucks. He sucks.
Excuse
Dark
me.
is bad.
Is he in the? Fucking. Monty?
focused.
Well, if he's here, he's not in the obvious place, which was,
Sure.
you know, the labs, so I'm not going to search the entire
Well,
ship
should
bumbling
anyone
around in the
even
dark.
Go to search for him.
Probably would be wise to.
Right. I believe he knows a lot about it, and perhaps he could
I mean,
help us greatly, specifically speaking to my father. So I think we should
you
definitely
know,
find him.
where
I actually
would
do think
he
it's a priority.
be?
I just have a flood of questions because I just woke up like a fucking hour ago. So I'm gonna go look for him.
Wait, but what if he meets over here and is gone? Okay.
That's about what I expected.
So, bring me up to speed.
You guys are kind of.
We were spent yesterday looking for an ideal location to place the thing. Originally, we were hoping to try and contain as much of the church and pathway to the fort as possible.
The church?
It seems. Aye.
You want to put it at the church?
Not at the church.
No, but to include
within the
it.
radius of effect. It's a decently sizable.
How big is this thing exactly? What do you mean? Hold on, let's get to a higher point, just so you guys can point to me exactly what you're trying to.
The highest point we
communicate
can
here.
really work with is up there, unless we go
You
up
can go,
to
sure, I'll
the
just
vantage
catch
point.
up.
Yeah.
Well, up here is good enough, at least to
Yeah.
check, right?
Basically, speaking to Barrett.
So it's a bit of
You're
a.
telling me that the
It's a bit of a-
heart of the item.
The heart of the item is effectively the center point of a dome that is of equal radius all around it and spreads out from directly above it and then comes down around it. Anything that is within the radius of effect is shielded off. And we're trying to find a place
understood
that's
that much,
best.
but-
We're trying to. The place we're trying to pick is based off of what maximizes the most effective space and isn't prioritizing a single location where a lot of its radius would basically be wasted by going into basically a mountain that is already, well, it's the mountain, for example. If we put it up against a cliff, it would be, we'd be cutting down the effective space by a fair bit, because a lot of the ground that would be protected by it would be somewhere that people can't physically be, and the point of it is to protect people, infrastructure, all that. Which means that the points that we assumed would be the most prioritized as far as locations within the town that would be the most easily protected would be the church as a fallback point for people, as well as trying to cover as much of the way up to the
The only reason I suggested that was more for
strongholds
morale
gates,
I'm
which
listening.
are
I'm just seeing
Yeah.
the professor down there, and
Guys, I found
Church is
something.
a great place for people from
So-
the
you found the Monty.
Important into an
Congratulations.
emergency. They're probably not going to want everyone and their
Sure,
mother
yeah.
inside of the keep.
There you are.
I think we could put it
No.
that way.
Yeah,
It's a strategic advantage if he has the church covered for himself.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I guess you found them.
They are
The thing is, it
planning
is
on
just
I
a
did.
numbers
getting
game as well
the
at the end of it. If
device.
mission complete, the space remaining
in a
isn't
way
enough
that
to
specifically on it?
covers
keep it running, then it doesn't
the
matter
church.
how well fortified his
But how about the
keep
keep?
is, the shield won't run.
That is the entire conversation that, again, I've warned them about.
I'm
It's
sure
going
the
to be
church
an
would be
uphill
very
battle
grateful to him,
specifically.
too, if he was to
I mean,
include
he's
it
not
into
gonna
the,
accept
barrier
not
radius.
having keep
If he
in there.
gets
I mean,
rejected.
Is
That's exactly
under,
right.
from my understanding, I have not been in the keep. I'm not sure most people have been even really allowed up in that general direction. But is the keep not primarily inside the mountain?
While it is inside the mountain, yes, that is correct, but it's also, at least from how the keep is itself built,
You want to go and
the giant
look
gate is
inside
the
that
only
shield
entrance to
generator
it.
so we know what's
So
happening?
specifically, when it comes to the matters, having that entrance specifically guarded should be
The entrance is
keeping us
the
safe
other
from the
point.
general.
That was the entrance was the other point, and that would be higher priority with hopefully getting the Archbishop's blessing. That if we had to pick one or the other, that we were able to move it away from there, but that's why we needed their involvement in the conversation, because if they were left out of that, you can imagine they'd probably be pretty miffed.
That is specifically why I was requested to have Riley there as a monitor for the understanding of the entire conversation, and also, at least from, as I've gathered, at least, they're
That
also
said,
supposed to
I
bring
would
up
like to
potential
not be the
points.
only one talking about this, because it was a group conversation, and I don't want to be
No, I understand.
blamed for
Understood.
representation of it when I am sometimes not the
Don't
best of my
worry,
words.
you're not being blamed, at least not by me. I just think
I'm
it's gonna be a little bit of battle here.
I'm fully aware of the fact that it is going to be a bit of a difficult battle. The thing that we were wanting to avoid is having it just completely solely isolated on the gate to, say, the stronghold, and basically leave the entirety of the space out here, which could be still encapsulated while covering the door just hung up to dry.
I don't know how much is possible. Is there a way to maybe, like, power up the shield more so the shield cone can become, like, or the shield dome can become bigger?
We would probably have to get a number of people to supply some mana into it, and that would only be after we put it in a location. If it's on the air, with it being in the airship right now, the projection field wouldn't have access to get to the sky to actually properly disperse.
Right.
So until we actually put it in a
That's
spot,
weird question.
we don't have a way to show where it's affecting until it's in place.
It's
I
also...
have another question about it too, but go ahead first.
Feel free to.
I might
You
have
first.
I might have an answer.
I
Depends
mean,
on how
remember
odd of
the
a
talk we
question.
had? Well, you see, it could be interesting to experiment with it, except that I'm not gonna experiment with the actual
My-
thing that's keeping us safe.
my
My
w-
question here,
my worry-
experimenting with it.
With how strong of an effect it is to constantly maintain, the overall size of the accumulators that make something like the airship engines able to run without someone constantly standing there and casting mana into it is much larger than even the equipment of the generator itself. With how
what I'm
powerful of a
saying,
magic
though.
this is, I'm not sure how readily that effect would be able to be put into place where it wouldn't effectively be a drop in the bucket that gets immediately poured back out due to the sheer scale of commitment that is required.
Have you seen
What I'm trying to say is,
Malik, I have not seen. Well, he was waddling around beforehand within Halston, but ever since then I've
what
not
I'm
seen.
trying to say is, if we can make a tiny version just to test things and perhaps put a little bit of the components from my detect device to see if we can push it to take the mana from the environment instead of taking it from people,
I mean,
right?
I'd be worried about the sense of scale if that would have any potentially poor effects on the surroundings to draw that much in from a limited space. I'm not saying it's not something that would be very helpful to know, it's just I also don't know if there are any unintended consequences of doing it on such a large scale.
Céline, I should have said this specifically when I first arrived. Father is also waiting within the tavern right now. For the sake of it, I'm probably giving all of you, for the sake of conversation, 5 to 10 more minutes before
Okay,
he's
then,
probably getting a
then
lot
we
more
should
frustrated.
probably move this over to there so that they're aware of this fact.
Yeah.
Interrupt. But, we have a lovely friend here who is looking for Malik.
He's not up here that I'm aware of, but we're also... Guys, we are on a timer. He's waiting for us at the tavern.
I think I last saw him in the city.
Oh, that's okay if the next best thing showed up. Terrace!
We have maybe 5 or 10
I'm
minutes
sure,
to
yeah.
go before he's going to probably be getting
This
quite
lovely individual
upset.
Aunt
is
Jackson, if
looking
it needs
for
to, I can
and you were here
go
for
forward and have a conversation with him to sort of cut the time a little bit, but I would hope at least that you show up within the next 5 to 10 minutes.
I would hope that maybe we can come in together.
Sure.
But
I mean,
he's
we kind of came up with a bit of a battle plan here.
okay. So he's got you.
If you're keen to hear.
Well, I will.
Always.
I am
workstation.
I will try to help explain technical side of things, but
I know, my
battle plan, I feel like I
about it.
want to leave that to the ones who are more
Very good.
suited for that.
Right now.
Right. So from what I gather, your father is a pretty standard noble, right? Kind of hardened to the point. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't call him a noble, but he's definitely someone who prides himself with his war achievements. So, a warlord in the sense is probably more of a fitting title for him.
Got it. So very pragmatic. So an appeal to empathy probably isn't going to be the key here. But what might work is positioning the strategic resources that we have here to his benefit. So
strategy is what
for
my
instance,
advice is. Again, strategy is the path you should go for with my father. He's someone who is very much, he doesn't really care for the aspect of how it happened.
I'm going
how
to
much is
assume the
lost,
everyone's
as
are
long
below
as the losses
deck.
are not on his side,
I
but
don't
also
know
making sure
what they're
that
doing
the
down there.
people that he cares about are
You
safe, which
mentioned
is my
someone
client.
to mediate things, though.
right, and it wouldn't do them
Technically,
to,
you guys, you don't really need me
it wouldn't do
for.
them to court and everyone in the keep and they have
father, however.
Halvandorian spies about, right? So having the church included in the coverage
I'm
just
gonna
makes sense
just push in.
from that aspect.
There.
If there's a
Sorry for the interruption. Do we have everyone? I know that we have a lot of other technicians from Rosewood, and technically you guys need
I know
those
Euro
people.
was here
But
just
you
now.
mentioned
I
about
think
someone
Jackson
possibly
should
being a
still.
mediator.
Riley?
That was not mediator, but Riley was supposed to be, since I've not seen Halford yet, specifically supposed to be there as someone who has at least taken notice of the deal to make sure that everything is also according on the Church of Ordo side.
I've seen him do something funky with being able to call the teams. Should he be able to do so
That's
again? The
only.
people that are...
I think
that's only to
it's only for.
those who are team captains have a means of hearing on.
Do you
that.
have a
It's
general
not
status of where Riley
everybody.
might be, Luca?
Last I saw them, they were at the entrance of the city.
Well,
They're with the Archbishop right now.
Well, then hopefully that means that they're where we need to be, because they were supposed to be involved in this conversation.
I'm going to make a little run, and if I
Understand then, if the Archbishop
well,
does show up in this conversation, that this will be a fight from potentially two fronts, either convincing my father, or at least figuring out a way so the Archbishop will give up a little bit protection for the Church of Ordo.
I'm pretty familiar
When we
with having to
last-
deal with these kind of
When we last
situations.
talked to them, they seemed like they were willing
Mila
to
will try.
assist with that, but that
My
was
sister will try
before
her
the
best.
tension last night.
So here's the airship. This is
My sister will try her best for the sake of Rosewood to at least help on the situation, but at least, even if I might be there, I cannot give anything besides at least confirming that the shield works overall. I'm not educated in Aethertech, so my vote in this means it's null and void even to my father.
Right. The only thing I think we're going to have really a hard time pushing him on or convincing him of is including the ship in this cordoned off area.
No, I
Between-
can safely say
Between
you can
Yor and
try.
I,
I'll give you that.
positioning it, if we try to put a point of having this area be included, it's very likely to be just shot down, and that if it happens to be within the sphere of influence, that is a bonus, but we're not trying to go for that, because the more that we try to make it about us, the less likely we're probably going to get a yes at all.
Exactly.
I leave it to you. I'm going to go to the tavern to make sure that my father is not completely losing his mind.
Yes.
Five or so minutes, get Jackson, get Riley, and then come over.
I'm not sure where they went off to. Do you know where?
I would assume probably below deck. I would hope they didn't. Wait, no, wait. Are they up top? I could have sworn I thought I heard someone's voice a moment ago, but. Oh, that was them.
Thanks.
There you guys are. Guys, we are on a timer, by the way. We are almost... he's waiting for us at the tavern right now.
I think we're good. Are we good?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Let's go then.
Right. Come on. They're coming. They were just down in the lab having their own power. I was hoping that we could try to do this as one group instead of several, but I mean, as long as we have...
Let's head down the wrong thing. Sorry about that.
Can't believe you blew your...
for us.
Yes.
Oh, my foot. It's fine. Nothing happened.
Is Monty coming with us? Or...
No.
I'm not sure where Monty is.
He was
should be.
he was down below.
Could be talking.
Oh, okay.
He was talking
Should we
to
wait?
that other. I don't know if we really have the time to. He might just have to be.
Well, he knows that
fashionably
we were
late.
at the tavern, so as long as we don't move away from it, he'll probably meet us there.
I would hope so.
Oh, look, he's right behind me. Perfect.
So, who's leading the conversation, just so that we mostly allow them to speak, so that we're not all trying to vie for the table?
That's a good question.
I have no desire for it, I'll be honest, especially after hardly sleeping the night.
I don't wish to speak to him about anything regarding this generator, because I have my own opinions, and I think they will influence most of what I say.
I mean, I
don't really mind, honestly.
I can support
I'm
you on
kind of-
technical details, but
I think Luca would be
I think
great,
you have...
actually. He's not the best.
And that idea about the spies was, I think, probably might be the one thing that wins him over.
All right.
Then
let's proceed with the plan.
How much do we know about this spy thing that's going on?
It's
There might be defectors in the city who are helping them.
To convince
Does
That's
this
what I
have
got
to,
too,
does this have
so-
to do with the other things that were happening over the course of yesterday?
Oh, I don't know exactly what
I
you
mean, with
people
the
by people.
Palmandorian light tricks?
Oh, I didn't hear anything about that. Other than that, no.
Right over here.
Rin was thinking it could be a
Uh,
rival plan. The guards were looking
Right
into it
over
with
here.
her.
There they are.
Okay. Really, over here? This is the
This-
main pathway?
This is the tavern.
This is like someone's backyard.
Well, I mean, this was what I was told was a tavern back then, unless there's a different building.
Well, I guess. I just thought there'd be like more of a
Usually
road to
taverns
it.
are built within people's homes. What do you mean?
In
I'm
Droza?
not-
I didn't know that.
This was where I was told it
I'm
was.
just born tired of waiting for us and left
Taverns
already.
and inns?
Inns
is
are
it a
different.
tavern, right?
If these are inn rooms, that makes
That's
sense. They
well.
just
That's
look
what
like
I've.
homes, so I
That,
thought they were homes.
unless there was a
Yeah, look,
building
look,
for it,
usually-
but it was like the outs.
I suppose that they work here.
It's not the first time I've seen the outdoor one, considering the one that was in Kaba was also outdoors.
How long did it take you to make that? The arm?
The guy at the bar said that
Yesterday.
the general will be here.
Okay.
soon-ish.
Fuck, I'd like to put
Okay,
some time
maybe
Alright,
the
thank you.
timer wasn't
My arm.
as strict as they were making it sound, or they got pulled away. Either way,
Though it is probably better that we're here
Try some
early.
blueberry mead. It is not that
How
bad.
long have you all been here?
Question.
possibly answer.
5 minutes?
How's how's the ship so far? I know we've been working at it just to get it out of the ground. Is medical still kind of collapsed?
The lights are off.
It's
That's all I really know.
lower on the priorities to get that space working because we need to be able to get it off the ground first. Once that's done, then we can worry about the things that aren't required to make it fly, unfortunately.
The shields.
Well, I've been working on the
That's good.
the interior of it and
I
exterior,
mean,
so
if you're doing
thank you.
anything on that front,
Thank you,
that's
Connor.
effort that we don't, because we have to focus ourselves on the technical parts that.
Yeah, I'll give it a
no,
try.
understood.
Could you actually, because most of the damage was in the lower decks next to medical, the turbine room, could you see how much debris you could clear out of the floor
Not bad though.
there, just in case?
Understood. Just the engine
We
room?
have to sweet stuff.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we also have to dig around the main engines themselves.
Okay. Well, I'll see how much debris I could
Chair
take up
room?
or take off of there.
Yeah.
We've been mostly, I believe, focused on the external engines, especially the ones towards the front that bore the
I heard
brunt of
those
the
were the ones that
impact.
exploded. Yeah.
You're actually freezing.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, I've been gathering. I've been gathering materials, cutting down trees and mining stone, just in case if the smelter is up and running. We can start smelting some stuff.
Oh, here he comes.
Yeah, I think it might be wise to start doing that when
We have a
we're floating
meeting
again.
to handle.
A
so-
rather important meeting.
Then I'll go sweep up for a bit.
Eyes up.
Thank you.
You might need to
Oh,
speak
you're a
up
bit
little.
quiet, sir. He whispers.
You need to speak up a little.
Sir, you're speaking in a quiet way, sir.
No, as in you might need to hold your thumb backwards
Whispering.
and touch the imaginary yellow circle.
And go up. Touch the yellow.
I didn't know
How
you
did
knew
that
how
happen?
to.
Because I was
work
trying to be
on the
very
vocal stuff.
It happens. It happens.
So, is this everyone we need?
Yes, sir.
Almost, sir.
Who are we missing?
Barrett
Oh, yeah.
and Riley, but I will deal with that.
I know the Archbishop wished to attend, but if he is not here, we can continue without.
If you need me,
So-
I will make sure they join, sir.
Yes, go fetch them.
Yes, sir.
I believe he was speaking to somebody in the graveyard. At least one of the church members is.
If Mila is looking for the Archbishop, then I will try my best to find Rayleigh as soon as possible. To have her in
Very
the
well.
conversation as well. Of course, will be done, General.
Once they are here, we'll begin. If they do not arrive shortly, then we'll simply begin without.
Understood, sir.
In the
Very
meantime, feel free to make use of what hospitality we have, if you wish to help yourself to a drink. I find often such
Is
negotiations are made.
Is the
better
stream
by
okay,
far.
guy? I'm noticing there's a lot of frames dropping all of a sudden.
Copy that.
Very well, sir.
Are you able to hear? Why are there so many frames dropping?
General, I believe the title is.
Yes.
I don't.
If you are wishing to
Thank you.
partake.
What did you find?
I believe it was some sort of blueberry mixture.
Did you want one, sir?
What? Water?
It's a little stronger than that.
We believe the Clan Magnus might be active.
Give me a
in
moment,
the
chat.
area. They have been proving a little problematic as of late.
That was the.
Possible that could be tried.
That was the general conclusion that was made as well.
I see.
I would. Your door over there on the behind our ship. Apologies on that, by the way. There's a symbol on there. I don't know if that was something that you guys put in.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I do
was
not
brought to
know
my
if there is
attention this
anything that
morning.
I'm able to do about
Some
that
mention of a
unless I
shade,
start and restart
potentially.
the stream.
Oh, that would make sense, I suppose.
I heard talk of that quite a bit last night, but they hadn't found the markings. If you see any others, please bring it to our attention. I'll make sure they're removed. It could be some sort of declaration.
Right. I would probably look along the south path if you're looking for more.
Considering this was a conversation on either tech and possibly the wall, I know you wanted either tech integrated into it.
Yes.
So, stopped by the church, brought these books you may find interesting. They have some of the designs of the Great Library of Mordor. Since that's made to last for gods know how long. you may incorporate some of that into the physical design.
If it helps with any advantage it might give us in what's to come, then we might just well see to it.
Yes. We'll make sure it's here with the people who are going to be designing things.
Very well.
Then I will excuse myself.
Given that the others have not showed yet, I suppose we could go ahead and begin.
Very well.
I'd be interested in hearing your proposal.
All right. My name is Luca Nasir, son of Ibrahim Nasir of Southern Kulani. I'm here representing the interests on our behalf as far as putting up a barrier for your city, sir. The barrier, I'm not sure if you've been primed on it or not, is essentially a Rift Beast free zone powered off of ambient mana coming out of the surroundings of the cities that they reside within. To that end, though...
Well, I believe actually the citizens of such cities would have to put their mana in directly. But there is also that factor to consider, and I don't know if we've addressed it with the numbers here. But it's not ambient; it's mana fed by the individual.
Oh, got it.
It's just a very high mana battery that it takes to actually power the thing.
Right.
Sorry, go on.
We understand that there's a few strategic points of interest that you're looking to cover, sir. What are your main points of concern in the city?
The most defensible location is, of course, the keep. Our walls, due to unfortunate circumstances, are a little less reliable at the moment. So, currently, having a place to fall back and properly defend against the beasts, if need be, seems the most paramount.
Understood. What's your plan in the case of an emergency should the barrier be needed in Rift Beast's attack? Will you pull everyone into the keep?
If need be, yes. Unfortunately, if it does reach that point, we are certainly at a disadvantage.
I am worried, sir, about the troubling rumors about Riftwatch spies in the area. The obvious concern being, if everyone is evacuated to the keep, then anyone that's in the city working, against the city's best interest, if they're already still colluding about, it might prove troublesome for you. Is there another defensible location you can think of? As far as our schematics go, we believe we can cover around half the city, half of this quarter anyway, including the keep. Should we have to? Are there any other defensible locations you think of that might be a good place for citizens to hole up in? Do you have a large church or anything like that?
There is the church, yes. We could have the majority of the citizenry fall back there if need be.
That makes sense, sir. What do you all think? Would it be possible, sir? The radius to reach to the church, as well as covering the keep?
We would need to make sure that it was placed in a location that was equidistant between the two, so that the radius of effect covers it, but as long as there's enough of a clear area, that should be within reason.
To my understanding, or at least from what can I see, the only way within the stronghold is that giant door right behind yourself. And if used,
it's because there's frame dropping happening
in a way where
like
it can
crazy.
Also cover said door.
I don't know why.
I do believe that it is quite possible to also cover a good.
And I'm afraid to start and restart the stream because I don't know if that will make it worse.
Maybe even just barely licking the wall, therefore reinforcing it even further.
With all due respect, my concerns with setting it out.
My concerns as well. I understand.
My concerns are with your spine, sir.
Just a moment.
Of course.
What's happened?
That cannot be good for the spine.
Don't criticize the Droza ways, Céline. It's rude.
Adaptable, we need to be.
Our everyday, you know.
Yes.
Sorry, helps with concentration.
Of course. Why?
My major concern with posting this outside of the gates is actually dealing with the very thing you brought up. Infiltrators and spies and similar. Palvandorian sympathizers and similar. I've heard the rumors that we might have them within our walls, left behind by their last visit. If so, and we had the shield easily accessible, it would take nothing but a bit of sabotage to easily bring about problems regarding that. And then there's talk of the Shade and similar. They made an attempt, supposedly, if that is to be believed, and it was not another group, on my son the other night. In addition to that, there's also the trouble that has been brought up with other Riva clans. My major concern is if we put this in an open area where it is easily accessible, what little would it take to cause this generator to fail or fall? And then with it, all of us.
Perhaps then it may be best if we put it in a closed area then. Perhaps we could erect a new building, specifically for the purpose of holding this generator. That way then it is more protected, and you won't have to worry about anyone attempting to sabotage it if you only have one way to enter or exit. Plus a guard or two there. Be simple as that.
Professor, is there a possibility that the shield could go through rock, as it were? Create the same effect at that height? In an enclosed building? I assume to not.
There is a chance that it hasn't been tested as such of yet.
Well, the beam only
So
needs a
that's
clear
50-50.
sight line, correct, from the top? If we can create some
That's
kind
what
of
you're
grate
saying.
around the
It
top
should
and some,
do.
I don't know, spiked defenses and stuff like that, it should be able to still peel through.
Theoretically, if it
true.
were to hit something solid, it might just expand. Coat the
there
entire
is-
walls.
If a building was custom made for it, or one converted, it could be feasibly done, but placed inside something like the keep, it would be unlikely to be usable, given its very enclosed nature.
For maximum
I
effect, it
quite
would need
imagine
an
as
open
well.
sight line to the sky. At least from above.
And I could quite
Seems like
imagine
a
as well
tower or
that
something.
all of you are quite able to erect such a building for this
Ooh,
generator,
well.
correct?
I mean, it'd probably be easy just to punch a hole in one of your roofs than us build an entire building. Also, we have to get our ship off the ground eventually.
I would also be concerned of the resources it would take unless we were able to utilize that which was gathered from the destroyed district. Also keep in mind we're devoting a serious amount of resources to the reconstruction of the walls, so creating new buildings might be difficult unless you feel you're up to the task. Possible as well we may not have to put it inside the keep proper, but could perhaps put it past the walls there, behind the gate, a little more secured than it might otherwise be. Perhaps a building there that might suit. I imagine it would cover less of the city or the walls if it were done so. But again, infiltrators and similar are my primary concern right now.
Well, I certainly wouldn't be against the initiative aiding in building such an endeavor, but My worry is being able to do it alone, sir. We would hope that we would get cooperation from both yourself and from the church, sir, in constructing such a monument.
Of course.
And I personally don't see any reason it can't be done, unless I'm missing something.
I mean, you know, we have lots of people to work on things. I know the 8th Attack Division specifically is interested in consolidating efforts on the ship itself that is in your territory on the ground. Anyone that can fly, the Chancellor called for.
That's none of us that I'm aware of.
Well, anyhow, I felt it probably important to mention, given the unpredictability of Rift Beast. I'm not sure what you've encountered out here, but we have spotted signs of an evolution of theirs. They have been able to transport themselves.
Is
through
the
space.
stream down?
Teleportation,
Tree?
I believe, is called.
Please do not say F unless the
there is a chance they
stream
may
is
be
actually
able to
down.
breach
Don't. Please.
The shield we've made, we have not
That's what
had
people
time to
usually
test
do
it.
for the stream dying.
We figured this would be an ample opportunity, but there could still very much be necessary protection detail in this generator.
Yeah, please.
Something to keep in mind with the construction of the building.
No, I'm talking about.
Yes.
Please do not say F unless the stream has actually died. That's how I interpret that.
Well,
Was
that
it a
brings
question,
up a
sir? Sorry.
factor. Hence why the more eyes upon said building holding shield generator might be for the better. If it is held behind a wall, perhaps there will be less eyes on it.
As long as we can find the means to guarantee that not just anyone can have access to it.
Of course, sir. I would imagine that only your most loyal, trusted, and seasoned men would be guarding it.
Yes, that'd be the aim at least.
The men of Halston seem perfectly capable of defending it. See no problem there. Suppose, sir, we just need your sign-off.
I think this is doable. If such a building could be constructed, we can see to it the proper security measures are in place, then it should be doable, yes. However, I would ask one thing. If Rosewood can make proper effort to help root out these potential Palvandorian spies and see them dealt with, that would do great a bit to add to our security. We do not need the problems this could bring up, but we're also dealing with Rift Beasts. They're a canny lot, but I trust all of you have dealt with them before.
With Riftwatch, yes. However, Palvandorian customs are something that we're not entirely familiar with. Us trying to root out spies might cause more blunder than help, sir.
In that case, then, simply keep your eyes open. I do have a few that are familiar with such that have been asked to assist in such endeavors.
If I may
Very well,
ask,
sir.
the contingent of Riftwatch that had shown up